shit that we got.
It's okay.
It's still been going strong for the last half hour, 35 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's all good because I've got you coming through like speakers on this end, so like even if you blank out on the audio on your end, I can probably capture it from somewhere else and just kind of patch it together one way or the other. But yeah, man. But yeah, go ahead and finish what you were.
¿Qué fue la pregunta?
¿Cómo lograste las armonías distintas? Niveles?
Ya, estábamos acá con el Robert trabajando y nos dimos cuenta que en varias armonías podía encajar el tema. Podíamos encajar una armonía disonante en una armonía menor, con notas menores y también con notas mayores. Entonces fue un descubrimiento, fue como, Robert, mira, suena así aquí y suena así acá. Fue como un arma doble filo. Fue como bien y mal a la vez porque dijimos, chuta, si bien suena, pero algo falta. Y yo creo que ese algo que faltaba lo entregó el Tavo. Porque estábamos con bastante en un momento de ese tema fue como estábamos en el aire. Y el Tavo llegó como a ordenar y un poco y a marcar el pulso y a buscar la armonía, la tercera armonía que necesitábamos dentro de la banda. Y fue así. Fue extraño. Yo creo que fue uno de los temas más extraños que he grabado porque calzaba como en 3 armonías diferentes. 3 o 4, básicamente.
No, that in 3 different harmonies, the effects, the dissonance, bouncing back between Carlos and Robert, they found that it works in this tone, but it also works in this tone. Sometimes it sounded good, sometimes it didn't.
What are you doing to me?
You knew it was.
Try that again.
But you knew it was gonna happen. It's all good.
It wasn't, dude. It wasn't even the kid. It was the wife.
I know.
Ni siquiera fue el hijo, fue la señora.
I was really honestly hoping for it. I figured that was like the one. That was the little break that we needed. That was the comedic relief. But no, I'm sorry.
Definitely been edited. No.
I know he's gonna come back.
Okay.
He'll come back. It's just slowing down. All right, he's back.
We good?
Yeah.
Okay. No, so that the effects thing was something that they didn't really organize, but it made work so far up until a certain point where Tavo came in and started organizing a little bit. It's like when his head came into the game, it started sounding different, optimizing the effects of the dissidents and everything in between. So having that third head, melodically speaking, worked out perfectly. So now they're just exploring different horizons, different sounds, different effects, and that way they'll just see how it works out now.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm a big fan of utilizing dissonance, like especially it's Chaos Theater. The first verse when the vocals come in. By the way, all 3 of you sing. Who's singing that first verse in Chaos Theater?
Dude, it's like it goes back to what we said earlier, man. We could do a whole separate podcast on like the production and stuff on this. Maybe we will, because I think we could geek out on it pretty good. But I'll say this. What was crazy about all these songs, man, is that we recorded all the vocals here at the apartment, right where we're sitting right now. And we had a blue mic, brand handheld. Kind of felt like basically like maybe their version of like a Beta 58 or a Beta 57, right? And dude, a lot of those vocals, man, are just like, okay, let me try this idea. And just, maybe we kind of had the phonetics, or maybe we had the lyrics. I mean, honestly, for Carlos, he could talk more about it, but, he had a lot of stuff written, and I don't know if he was combining words that he already had or whatever. I'm sure he could sort of explain it better. But from the recording stance, I mean, it was like, all right, give it to me. Let's go. All right, boom. And, you know, it was just like off of the instinct, off of the vibe. No real practice or pre-planning. Maybe a pre-thought, you know. But that opening vocal on that was we kept having this sort of like mantra of a melody in our minds, right? And as the song became more layered with more sounds and guitars and things like that, what our original mantra was kind of like scaled itself back. It kind of simplified itself. And we were like, okay, so maybe this is all it needs to be, right? And then we just kind of hit that. And the concept of the song, lyrically, was something that was very like feeding off of each other, idea-wise. Because, like I said, Carlos would have some notes jotted down, and you know he might kind of lay a little section down just to kind of get some words on it. And then once I understood what the context of the song was, I would almost just sort of like sing a part off the cuff, like, okay, I think I got some words. Let's go. You know, let's record it. And I would just, you know, roll with it. And so it was the vocals from my perspective, I think for everybody's, but they could explain it more. I thought the vocals on the whole album are very just primal, very like, you're not freestyling, but not freestyling, but just in a sense of like, okay, I think I got it. Let's go, you know. And it's like, you know, maybe try it a couple times just to get the sound down. I'm sure, like you said earlier about the dissonance, I mean, some of the vocals on this thing are pretty wild, but once we hit it and felt like that was what fit the tone of the song, that we could roll off of that. We'd say, okay, boom, all right, that section sounds good, so now this next section needs to sound like this. And not that we even really had that much of a conversation about it, but like I can say, you know, I'll let him explain it, but I'll say this. A lot of times when somebody had the initial idea for the vocal, like say I had an initial melody, like, okay, I'm going to lay this part down on, for like what you said, the part on Chaos Theater. And then the next thing you know, I mean, I just hand the mic to Tavo and he's like, okay, like go. And he's laying down a harmony and it's like maybe one take, maybe two takes. Just, you know, not a whole lot of like, oh, I don't know what I did there. It was more just kind of like, oh, well, yeah, you sang it right. Let's just do it again for a double. You know, like it was just, it was, in a sense, it was bizarre because I'm used to going into some studio situations and, you know, you really kind of pick it apart. And I think in our way we did that. But I think in another way, we were coming from such a bizarre place that it was almost like the methodology of accepting it. Like you kind of had to accept it. You kind of had to be like, well, what the hell else am I going to sing on that part? Like, you know, like what? If that's not it, then I'm in trouble because I don't know what in the hell I'm going to do other than what I just did. But I mean, I'm kind of going off the cuff, but I mean, as far as the vocals.
La pregunta inicial fue en términos de los vocales. ¿Quién cantó? ¿Cómo fusionaron eso? Y en términos de, bueno, la producción de Robert, a veces tú inventabas con ciertas letras, ciertas palabras o ciertas melodías. Intentaban con un grito a veces o con una vocal algo bien primal, bien fuerte, bien animal. Entonces, ¿cómo seguir con eso? Y decía que, bueno, a veces solamente, incluso te lo pasaba a ti, ya hagamos una melodía o hagamos un grito así, y lo que venía sucesivamente después de eso tenía que sonar parecido. Entonces fue bastante en términos de audición, a veces solamente por sonido, por audio, por oído, trataban de similarizar el sonido de los vocales en ese sentido. Entonces al principio fue, ¿quién cantaba primero? O sea, ¿quiénes hicieron los gritos?
Claro.
Sí, fue extraño porque si bien yo no soy vocalista, toco guitarra, canto a veces, como las weas, pero canto, ¿ya? Y todo, yo creo que el más que se aplica acá a la voz sería el Tao haciendo armonía, porque siempre hace armonía o hace voces o hace cosas jugando dentro de la armonía vocal. Pero en mi caso, yo igual me alejé harto hace mucho tiempo de lo que era cantar, porque me dediqué a solamente a tocar. Entonces, reactivar de nuevo ese plus y transmitir algo, igual a mí me causaba algo que hoy en día disfruto. De hecho, pienso que igual cuando hicimos las temáticas de los temas, no teníamos muy claro a qué, sino esto suena como a lucha, esto suena como a un teatro. Y con respecto a eso, nosotros empezamos a escribir frases y de repente, no, mira, no sé, yo escuchaba el tema y escribía algo, listo, me fumaba algo y escribía algo, me fumaba algo y escribía otra cosa, una frase, 2 frases, 3 frases, y al final veníamos acá y era como, ya, a ver, ¿cómo le pones tú la letra primero? Y ahí la idea se imprime. Básicamente fue algo que fluyó natural. De hecho, siempre, yo lo siento así y lo he dicho así, Ranahmassa para mí fluyó de manera natural, nada se forzó, nada se autoexigió para el momento de producir, nada, todo fluyó de manera normal, todo fue paulatinamente distinto a cualquier otro proceso que yo he vivido musicalmente. Entonces creo que la esencia en sí de la banda o la esencia en sí de los temas que hacemos es simplemente es conectarse con los demás músicos y hacer lo que te nazca de acá adentro. Yo no podría hacer algo complicado y muy técnico porque sería para mí algo que no me saldría. Entonces prefiero jugar un poco con lo que es la psicodelia, con lo que es un poco lo que me llena y lo que me transporta lejos. Creo que cada uno de nosotros coloca un ingrediente necesario para poder echar a andar la máquina de Ranahmassa. Si uno de nosotros fallara, ya no sería Ranahmassa. Entonces, creo que hay una especie de complicidad entre músicos.
No, me fueron de la bola, así, respecto de los vocales. Carlos sang when he was a lot younger. He has since not really been into vocals in his music since then, but he's been retaking it little by little with Ranahmassa. For him, he was...
the fuck?
What? ¿Qué pasó?
That was the kid that time. God damn it.
Dad, we want to be in the interview.
What part of don't fucking come in here until I come out don't they understand? Right?
They just don't respect you, Pops.
They don't, not a goddamn bit.
You're like every cartoon of an American dad right now. Just drinking, smoking, bearded, baseball cap. Just...
You're the reason I drink.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
This is going.
where were we?
Now back to the vocal things. No, Carlos sometimes comes up with some song, some melody, part of a song, and with that music, oh crap, that sounds okay, maybe like a fight, or maybe like a wrestling, or maybe like a showdown. So based on that, writes a couple of notes, a couple of lyrics, and tries to put that into the song. Robert in and of itself just adds like this power in this background, which kind of like melts into the foreground as well of the music. So it's never one person singing, or I guess you could say there's never really focused on one person. It's between the three who are actually singing it, who are actually screaming this primal song into life, basically. ¿Y tú, Tao, con decir los vocales así?
Bueno, Claro, no es tan difícil cuando ya conoces cómo anticiparte a lo que, bueno, ahí va de la mano con el fiato que tienes que tener para hacer una banda, ¿cachai? Entonces, ya conociendo a los integrantes, saber cómo actúan o cómo, de cierta forma, adelantarse a la jugada de ellos, ya tengo una gran parte de yo para poder saber lo que viene después. Entonces, y eso hace que fluya de manera más rápida y que sea así de natural como ha sido ahora, ¿cachai? Porque no hay un gran proceso, un gran trabajo de tanto tiempo. O sea, hay un trabajo obviamente, pero no es un largo tiempo, sino que es como que fluye, y es porque está eso que es como el fiato de las bandas, o sea, de la banda completa, entre Carlos, Robert y yo, que saber más o menos a lo que viene y adelantarse y ya tener listo de cierta forma con la improvisación que uno debería o puede, puede jugar ahí. Eso es como lo de la voz, ¿cachai? Que no es tan difícil, pero se hace conociéndose en realidad, jugando, ¿no? Es como...
So basically, when Tavo came into the picture, these guys had somewhat advanced in the vocals. So trying to keep up with that, learn what they had to do, and go a step further, meaning that to try to guess what is it that they were trying to achieve further on ahead in the melody. So it's not just basically keeping up with them, but also thinking ahead of them. So doing that, he was able to integrate himself pretty well into the melody with the vocals. So it's not just about keeping up with or being alongside with. No, you have to actually step forward with them. And for that same reason, it's been easy for him to adapt to Robert and to Carlos with vocals, with the melodies, with everything basically.
Sí,
So
claro. Eso como lo bueno de saber improvisar o salir del paso rápidamente.
improvising and knowing exactly what to do at the flick of a wrist.
Adaptarse, la rana.
Yeah. An
Yeah.
adaptive frog. Yeah. there you go.
Rana style, man.
Rana.
Hey, I'll say this. This dude, when it came to vocal time, this guy was like, he was your, he was your ninth inning pitcher, dude. I mean, it was like, okay, me and Carlos laid down some crap on this thing, some slop. So we're going to need old Tavo to come on in here and kind of put that third harmony on there, buddy. But no, it really was crazy. A lot of times, especially on the melodic parts of the singing parts, it might be just my voice, or it might be both of me and Carlos's voice. But I mean, dude, it was like hand off the mic, one or two takes just to dial it in, man. And it was like, Tavo has got a great mind for melodies. It's really, really cool to work with him on that.
El Tavo, yo sé que yo si me diera un peo, el Tavo le va a poner armonía. Así de simple.
Carlos says basically, if I fart, Tavo has the ability to stick a melody to it. That's how talented he is.
Yep.
Right on.
He'll squeeze one out right on there, man. It's
Wait, speaking of vocals and lyrics and stuff. All right, so I know when I got the record for review, clearly don't speak Spanish. Outside of a couple words, cerveza being one of them. That's a pretty good word.
cerveza, right? It's good stuff.
But after I for the first or second time, then Bert sent me a couple of the songs that were translated. I think Chaos Theater, Afterworld, and Numeros were the translations I got. And when he sent it, he made a comment about how Spanish was a superior language to write lyrics in. And you guys have Spanish and English lyrics. How do you decide what's going to be what? Is all the English lyrics, is that Bert because he can't think quick enough to throw him out, or how did y'all do that?
How did you
that come
figure
about?
that out? I thought we had so carefully masked that into the sound. No, honestly,
Pregunta básicamente de la letra que está en español y en inglés. Entonces, ¿cómo saben? Claro, ¿cuáles saben en qué tema colocar, de qué lenguaje? Entonces,
Eso fue porque de repente está la idea principal. Yo creo que lo principal de una canción es, independiente que no tenga letra o que tenga letra, es sentir, o sea, saber lo que te hace sentir. Si sabes lo que te hace sentir, más o menos por ahí va la cosa. Entonces, yo dije, y Robert pensó a la misma vez, a ver si, yo no hablo muy bien inglés, y Robert tampoco habla muy bien español. A ver, tú cantas en inglés y yo canto en español, pues bueno, listo.
it basically goes with the feel of the song. How does that make you feel? So based on that, well, Carlos doesn't speak English very well. Robert doesn't speak Spanish very well. So how do we express our feelings in our own language? And there was no decision making. They just actually fuse them.
Si al final el lenguaje que tenemos en común con el Robert es la música.
Because the universal language in and of itself is music.
Goddamn right.
we
Luego son complementos.
Everything else is just complimentary.
Aprenderé.
even just kind of like, expounding on that a little bit. I mean, it was probably kind of like how you imagine it, man. I mean, it was like, hey, I got this part. All right, cool. I mean, it was, and to the degree that we could sing the same words or whatever, harmonize, then, as you can probably imagine, that was relatively easy to put together. It's like, okay, this is the lyrics for this section. All right, cool. I'm going to throw overdub on top of it, But that initial feeling, I had no choice but to just get it out there the best way that I knew how to do it, And I think if I had imagined certain sections in Spanish, then we would have done that. I would have said, hey, I got this really great Spanish part for this part. But, like, think about it. Who's going to come up with the better Spanish part?
You're right, yeah, like
exactly. So what was beautiful about it? So what was beautiful about it is we didn't have to worry about any of that. We didn't have to worry about any of those things. It was more like, hey, okay, I laid down my main part on this. It would sound cool if there was a overdubbed voice on top of it or whatever. And to be quite honest with you, there really wasn't that many of those conversations. Like you kept saying, when I read your review that you did, a lot of the vocals are call and response, right? And that, let's see if he's freezing up a little bit. You there, buddy? Nah. Come on.
Baño.
Yeah.
Sí.
Yeah.
We're running out of phones and stuff anyway, so we'll probably end it pretty soon.
Después vamos.
Yeah.
We'll probably end it like right here because we're running out of memory and stuff.
Yeah. Everybody's like
That's all
running
good.
out.
But we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Dile que
plenty
dejaron
of-
So
solo.
we edit it down, it'll be great.
They abandoned you.
Home Alone.
All this one comes back on. Band broke up, man.
No, that's
broke
that's
up.
how she
We
blew.
went all the Beatles, man. Paul and John and Ringo, man. They all got pissed off at each other. He must have lost connection on his end.
Yeah, because here we're doing good.
Hello.
Hello, Moto.
What's this? Is that?
We'll stop this for a second. Because I got a solid hour and 20 minutes.
La señora. Yeah. Oh, weird.
De repente la señora está.
Sí,
Your wife. Your wife.
sí.
Le sacó el cable.
There you go.
Okay.
The oh, little baby. Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Yo,
Hey.
so I think my internet just went down. I had to fucking get y'all back on the phone.
Okay, that's cool. Well, it's all good, man.
So we
We'll-
just lost, we
Estaba
just
con la
lost
señora.
the second video on my side.
Yeah, they said Jesse came in and just whipped your ass real quick.
That's probably, dude. I'll go down.
That still might happen. That still might happen later.
The cat, the kid.
Definitely her.
Yeah. Hey, I'll try to finish my thought there, but we can kind of wrap it up because we're starting to run out of memory on all of our stuff.
Okay.
So, you know, I mean, it's all good, but yeah, man, just, as far as, like I said, just that the vocal creativity on it was really cool because, I wouldn't call it improvisational by any means, but it was very, very quick from A to B. In other words, hey, I mean, we kind of need to get this song recorded today. You know, it's like, all right, well, you know, let's kind of figure out what we're trying to go for here. And it came together really cool, man. And I had a good feeling about it from the beginning of the inception of the band. Even, you know, Carl says, I'm not really a singer or this, that, and the other, but really, man, it just comes down to music, you know? I mean, there's a lot of singers that don't think that they're singers, but they have a cool thought process of how a voice should integrate over music. And a lot of other people agree with that, you know? So, I think that we just had fun with it, man. We had fun recording it. Everything we did, we had to go from the gut, man, because we just didn't have time. We didn't have time to sit there and craft, you know, some formulaic thing. It was like, look, this thing better punch in the gut or like it's not going to look real good, you know? So we had to kind of just come from it on that angle, even on the more ethereal, soft stuff, man. I mean, we were just like, you know, this really needs to just sound interesting and fun and be fun to play because that was our main goal from the beginning was, you know, just to have a good time with it. So,
Yeah.
and hopefully come up with some
That's
sounds
the
that
most
people could
important
enjoy.
shit to motherfuckers like us anyway. Yeah. We didn't start doing this to go be cool guys. We did it because we had something to say and, you know, just wanted to have a way to get that out and have a good time doing it.
Now
you know,
more,
you guys, it bleeds over into the EP that you guys have a strong musical relationship. Obviously, you don't mind hanging out and sitting next to each other. Yeah. But dude, before we go, I want to say thank you to you guys for reaching out, kind of putting me in a position that, I mean, I didn't think I'd ever be doing something like this. And I've really enjoyed writing the review. I've really enjoyed listening to the music. First and foremost, really, doing this interview is really cool. So, thanks for giving me like a new hobby.
yeah. Hey, man, I really appreciate you taking the time to do it, and even just taking the time to take a serious listen to the songs. It means a lot to us, man. Like Tabo was saying earlier, dude, we're a band, but it's really like we're the Ranahmassa family. You know, like we're linked to the people that want to listen to our music and that want to just hang out with us and just any of those things, man. The people that have helped us make the record, you know, the various facilities that we've gone to, you know, do certain things. I mean, it's all linked together. So we just want to grow, and you're helping us do that right now by just hanging out with us and talking. And we want to grow the people that may enjoy our music and see us at shows and all that kind of good stuff. So we're excited about very soon putting out the EP. It's called Overlords. And it's going to be put out as soon as we finalize the artwork. Right. And as soon as we just get all of the technicals on the distribution and stuff set up and launched. So we're very close to it being, you know, downloadable in its final form. And there may even be a bonus track that
y'all are back in the studio.
there may even be a bonus track, man. We discovered a little gem the other day in some of our if you want to call them improv recordings, and we were kind of like, yo, man, that sounds like a nice little B-side that we just weren't really aware of until we were just listening back to a long reel of practices, you know. So yeah, everybody stay on the lookout for that. Overlords, it'll be out this summer. We'll have t-shirts and everything coming out. I mean, hopefully we'll have a really, really broad range of hats and I mean just all kind of stuff that you'll be able to get over time. But we'll need we'll need the support of fans and stuff like that to do what we want to do. And ultimately, US tour
with Mutiny?
With the new Mutiny.
Well, hey, fucking plug your social media. Where can people come and fucking say what's up to you?
Facebook. Facebook is the Ranahmassa. Our Instagram is Ranahmassa Official. That's our main two avenues right now. The Instagram is pretty fresh, but we're gonna start adding new stuff every day. So that's a good place to start, and from there we will eventually launch our own website. So we'll have some fun doing that, and that I'm really wanting the website to be something that again is that sort of like close family type of feel, where you come on the website and it's more something that's catered to the fans and catered to people that really enjoy the artwork, the aesthetic, the music, and somewhere they can come and just enjoy that and also gain some content that maybe you can't get anywhere else.
Right on.
Videos like we're making right now. So, man, we have so many plans. And, again, man, I appreciate you hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. And we'll be seeing everybody in 2020.
Right on. Guys, fucking Ranahmassa, Tabo, Robert, Carlos.
Woo!
You guys are
Woo! The Ranahmassa.
Crocker. Oh, and fuck, we didn't even plug your new goddamn shit, guys.
Which is it?
Fuck, your fucking single.
Oh, Eye for an Eye, man.
It's out now. They got a lyric video out on YouTube. Fucking check that shit out. It is super rad. Anyway, till next time, guys. Fucking be safe, be well, take care of each other.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you. Bye,
Thanks.
man.
Adios. Ciao.
Adios.
¿En qué momento salto?
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
All right, man.